What's up, guys? How's it going? It's been a minute since I've been out here, but we're getting back into the lawn today. It looks like I think I might have dumped all the water. Coming out here to just check everything. It's been about almost a week or so since I've made my last video or done anything. Just because there's really not much going on, guys. I'm telling you, we're hitting this very end of the season, and it's just everything's getting dormant. Everything's just going dead. Whatever the case may be. Haven't really grown anything as far as the grass. I haven't really fertilized, so there's really no point of me really mowing or doing anything just yet, just because I'm just kind of waiting for it to go dormant completely. So that way I could just kind of hang out for this year. But I think there's a bird in there. But I'm just kind of, like I mentioned, I'm just kind of waiting. It looks kind of still green, still kind of there. What do you guys think? Still kind of green a little bit for the most part. Tree is kind of turning red. You can kind of maybe see it a little bit. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, it hasn't really grown. Haven't really fertilized, haven't really done anything because the the weather has just been, it wants to go cold, but then it still wants to stay hot. So haven't really, I'm just kind of necessarily contemplating on when it wants to go dormant. So, but I think what I'm going to do today, guys, I think I'm going to just string out what I have of my budget irrigation system, because that's what I mean. I don't really need to mow. I don't really want to fertilize. But coming this week though, I will spread the pre-emergent, just because I haven't done that yet, and we're getting to that point where it's getting pretty warm, but then it's also going really cold. So I'm just gonna lay it. I think I'm gonna get that done this week. Maybe during the weekday. I don't know, maybe Wednesday or so, when I know that it's going to be kind of warm, and then it's just about to start hitting that cold. So I think, which is Wednesday. So, but yeah. So in the meantime, guys, just kind of hanging out. Haven't really done much. Like I just mentioned, I'm gonna work on this budget irrigation system, just because I know I want to just get it done, and that way, come next season, all I got to do is just string it out, and it's ready to go, and all I got to do is hook it up, and we're ready to go for the season. So that's what I'm thinking. So according to my thing, to my thoughts of kind of what I've been thinking about this, so I want to put, so the faucet's right here, and I know I'm gonna have to just string it from here. I want to put one right in this corner, kind of right there, and then I wanted to shoot all the way from, this kind of line right here. And then what I'm thinking is, because I don't think it's going to be enough pressure as far as getting it all the way to the back, over to here, over all of here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to string out one line for the sprinkler head and put one at the pillar right here, and that way then I think it should have enough coverage to spread it everywhere, all back here. And then I think maybe I might get, like, maybe over on this one here, this one right there. I think I might attach, like, maybe like a foot or so, because this one here is doing good to cover all this little area in front of it. But then I still need to get kind of like all of this over here, and then the one will be over here to get all of that. So, and I don't really think I'm going to put the little hose things up right here. I think I'm just gonna maybe just run it with the concrete, and then when I'm not using it, maybe just like roll it up and just put it right here, and then that way I don't have to worry about an extra 4 or 5 things, and then even to like tripping over over the hose when it's right here. I was kind of honestly thinking about doing that for over on this one too, but I think I'll test drive that and see, and see what it does. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go get all my supplies, and then so I'm gonna put one here, and then I think I might put one on the corner right here, and then that should really, I think maybe have like a 45 on it, so it'll cover maybe like up to the fence, and then when I make this corner, I'll put one like right here, and then that should get the overlap is kind of where the one that'll be here to get all of this. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and try it out. You know, it's all a trial by error thing. You're not really gonna know until you figure it out for yourself and hook everything up and do it and see what you're working with. That's what I was saying earlier about, like, on this one. I need to dial these sprinklers down to where it's just kind of hitting the fence, but I need all the heads to overlap each other to get that even coverage. You know what I mean? So I think I'm going to work on that too. I need to order some more. So, you know, if you like that system, go check it out. There is a link in the description. For the meantime, guys, yeah, that's what I'm working with. Thank you guys always so much for the support. Really appreciate it. I'm going to go get all my supplies, and I'll meet you right back here in the lawn. All right, guys. So first things first, let's put on our adapter piece. These little 4-way things come really handy when you're making a little budget irrigation system like this. Now I think for this first piece here, see guys, I'm learning. Got the cap. Or you know what, actually, it's actually easier, I've learned, to just disassemble it and just turn it put it on there already and then just attach it. It's a lot easier that way, for the at least just for the faucet part, just like this. Just trying to think here, guys. Okay, guys, so yes, so I think I will put one right here in the corner, because I was thinking that, like, you see this whole area right here, it doesn't grow and it doesn't do anything. But next year I want to plug. I want to plug this area. I want to plug the side that I'm about to work on, and then I also want to plug behind the tree when I finally get rid of this tree. I don't want to sod it, just because I don't want it to be like this tree that I dug up right here, and there's a big hole in the middle. So I'm gonna plug there, and then maybe even by the gate on this side too. So I will need to water this area, because that's what I was thinking. Do I really need to water this area? And the question would be, or the answer would be, yes. So unfortunately, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put one, I want to put it, that's good enough right here. And make sure, just give it a little bit of resistance. So right here should be pretty good. Right where this little kink is. Oh, man, this thing is complicated. But you can do it with a straight razor, which is nice. So just going to shave off a little bit here. Just make it nice and even, so I don't have any potential water leaks. All right, that's good enough. I'm gonna take my last little piece. Hang on, I need to switch it. Actually, I need to get one from my other kit. All right, guys. So we got the new piece. Should have plenty of room. Don't really need to have one piece here. Oh wait. Oh, see, just forgot. Got to get the red cap. And it's cool that it's like a tensioner. This lock piece right here. Just because it's really tightening it down. So kind of need to adjust it a little bit. Okay. I needed to kind of straighten out the hose, because the hose is, kinking it or whatever it was doing. Okay. So now this should be enough hose. Here, let me move you guys. I'm hoping this is enough feet. Looks like it should be to reach over to the pillar like I want. So just gonna trim this up a little bit. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, plenty of hose. Wonder if I should just keep this length so I could just kind of go like where the tripod is, because that could reach. I'm actually kind of past it by a foot, and that could put it right in the middle. Actually, you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do that actually, because I could always trim it. I could always trim it if I want. Play around with it, see what I do, see what it covers, and go from there. Because I could always add that side over there too. More another section, like I was saying. Like all I have to do is just roll it up and just put it on the corner if I want. I really don't want to have it laying like this with the things and then having to trip over it, So I think that's what I'm gonna do, guys. That sounds good to me. I will say the one biggest regret of buying this house when we had the option to build it was, wish I got irrigation. Because this is annoying. But at the cost of everything right here, figure each kit is $35. I've had 5 so far. I'm barely at 150 bucks, right? Roughly 3 times 5 is 15. Maybe about 100 and maybe like actually about 180, almost 200, we'll say. So 200 bucks compared to 2,000 minimum at just the cost of a little bit of elbow work and just having hose everywhere. I don't know. I think I kind of like this, kind of in a way, but that convenience of that irrigation, that's for sure, is what you pay for. Now, one problem I'm already seeing is if I string it out too much, I just got to make sure that that doesn't move, or I just always have to adjust it every time, or make sure it's aligned every time. But so far, this is what we're working with. So I got the one right there in the corner. That should get, this whole coverage of where I am, right here. All of this area. And then depending on how far it shoots, this next one here, if I 360 it, because you can 360 it, that should do a lot of coverage. And I could, I could always put it over here a little bit more to angle it more, and to, make sure I get the corner or whatever else that doesn't get from this one that I'll start now. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but that's what I mean, guys. It's all trial by error. See what you do, and we'll go from there. So let me go ahead and let's get this next let's get this next one going, because I know for sure I'm gonna need more. I'll probably need at least another box. I'll probably even buy a whole nother 2 boxes, because I'm gonna need those sprinkler heads to kind of fill in those gaps, because same thing on this side. It's really not that the distance isn't really that different as that side of the house. So I want to make sure I want to make sure to spray the grass. I want to spread the fence, spray. I don't want to spray the fence. I want to spray the grass. So if I need, as long as I get the hose, going, all I need to do is just cut it in half, or whatever part I need. Like for instance, like this one is spraying the fence, right? And then if it stops spraying to about here, I'll just get another one and cut it right here. Like if this was the whole length of it, like how it is on the other side and in the front yard. All I have to do is just, let's just say just cut it in half and just add another sprinkler head. And then that'll overlap it. And if I turn the pressure down, because I think that's what I'm going to have to do on this side. I'm going to have to turn the pressure down, see where it cuts off from, from the other sprinkler head, and then maybe mark it with a stake or a flag that I have in the garage, and then maybe like eyeball and say, okay, well maybe that's spraying 4 feet, so the other one should spray at about 4 feet too. Maybe I'll cut it right here, and then it should overlap. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I've been thinking. But yeah, I'm not gonna try it just yet, just because I mean it's pretty self-explanatory for this one here and this one here. But I want to make sure I start the other side. So let's go ahead and get that going. All right, so real simple. Just string it out. It already has a nice adapter on it, so that's cool. That's where I'll start it. Just kind of string it out. Doesn't need to be perfect because I'm gonna cut it anyways. Who cares? And then I just need to I need to get in this corner. So maybe stake it about here. Why not? That's good. What's cool about this kind of stuff too is that whichever way you want to put it, you can adjust it to whatever you want. Because I like to have the little. I've noticed that it's nice having the adjuster knob on the outside. Because when I first did this, I had it on the inside, on the side of the house, and I was like, man, that sucks. If I need to adjust it, I'm getting blasted, and instead of just going real quick, it's nice to have it on the outside. I have noticed that, so just highly recommend. Okay, now I remember this time, guys. There we go, guys. So there we got our one. That should get where I'm standing. Got here to get pretty good coverage over here, depending on what I want to do. And also a good thing too about this, I can always add another line if I absolutely need to. So if I feel that it's kind of stopping here, like the one I just did right here. So now we got all this side. So then this should cover. Here, let me see. That should cover all all of this kind of area, and whatever that one doesn't hit as far as out here. So now that one is going to go along the side of the house, or that's going along the side of the house. So how many more? because I only just have one more sprinkler head, unfortunately, and then I got to get some more. But at least we're starting it, and I'm covering more and more to where I don't have to do it anymore or water as much as I used to. I could just flip on. That's what I mean. Once I start dialing it in, and I hit the adjuster, and I see how how much it sprays from the fence line, from the you know from the from the fence line, from the fence line to the house, and then as long as I have enough hose to just run it, it'll be good. And then all I need mainly is just these. So, but buying the pack, you can only just buy the full kit for what it is, unfortunately. Because otherwise, I would just say, hey, get me 10 of these heads, and that's all I want. But I can't, unfortunately. So it is what it is. So I'm thinking, I don't know if it's on tight enough. I guess I'll just have to wait and see. It seemed kind of loose and it wasn't necessarily straight, but I guess really the only way to know is to turn it on. So I think I'm going to go by what I said, about 4 feet. I think should be roughly about, we'll just say here. And then I'm going to cap this because this is all I got. So it is what it is. So I'm going to say that's where we're going. I really don't want to be short, but should be okay. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, that should be okay. So now, even with it not raining so much, I think I said it rained last weekend when it. Oh, I gotta fix that. I think I said it rained last weekend, and it's still wet from it, but it is cold, or it is getting colder, and and this side always tends to suck with drainage. That's why I got French drains, but it should be okay. Oops, almost forgot the cat part. Okay, then we're gonna string it. See, that's what I didn't want. Just because it's such on a pivotal corner, you know, it'll move, which is okay. Luckily, that's what I mean. These heads are very adjustable for what they are, so that's really cool. Just gonna move it a couple more inches just to be safe. I think having some PVC cutters will be a lot easier than a freaking razor blade. But that's all I got, so at least it works. I can get this done. So that's the main thing. As long as I can get it done. Oh man, see, I freaking put it on. I was literally just saying, guys, I was doing good. So there you have it, guys. I started the other side. All I got to do now is just buy at least one more kit for sure. Even though I have maybe about another 10 feet of hose, but I will need more anyways. So, and my main goal is to, here, I'll just walk over there. My main goal would be to fill it all the way to the end right here and then feed it through the fence right in that little corner. I tested it earlier and it does fit. So if I put one more there, then I don't need, the only thing I really need to water is that front side by on the other side of the house to get that little strip, and then that's really the only thing that I have to water. Just because the only reason why I can't get that is because the tree is right there. Otherwise, I would have that little orbit sprinkler, and it would reach it no problem. But since that tree's there, it's just gonna the tree's blocking it, so I can't really water it. So I have to hand water it, which is unfortunate. But hey, if it beats me, if it only makes me water at this way, maybe not even an hour, that's cool with me. Because that's what I mean, guys. I was doing this for 4 hours, 3 hours, even with the what I have right now originally, and using the manual one. I would water all this back here, and then the side that I was just working on, and then I would turn on every zone. The one side on this side of the house is every. I would turn like I was doing the front, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, and even still, it's 30 minutes, and it just gets exhausting for it. So that's what I mean. If all I have to do now, dial it in, and make have, instead of every 10 feet like I was doing before, do every 4 or 5 feet, and all I have to do is just turn on the little nozzle, and we're good to go. So, and then just water it for 15 minutes, flip that off, because the pressure doesn't work. The pressure isn't strong enough to hold, and just for me to go to each faucet and just go boom, turn everything on, and then it'll water. So I do have to water it that way. So turn that on, turn that one off, and then turn this on, and water everything here, and then the same thing for the other side. Just turn it off, turn it on, whichever, so figure 15, 30, still it'll still be a good almost couple hours now that I'm thinking, because every nozzle will be 15 minutes, right? So that's at least 30. This one's at least 30. The other one is at least 30. And then the other one is at least 32, because there's the orbit, and then the one sprinkler to get everything on the side on the side of the house, like where the air conditioning is, on over here. And then that's what I mean. I'll feed that one through there, and then I don't have to worry about this side or the other side. The only thing I got to worry about is just that little rotary sprinkler, or even just get my 50-foot hose will reach it on this side of the house. So I could even do that too. So there is, so what is that, 30, 60, 90? So it's an hour and a half, guys, compared to 4 hours like I was doing. So it is really exciting, even though I don't have irrigation, and I have to do this. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, but I'm not going to test it right now, guys, just because I'm not finished. So there's really no reason for me to test it and gauge what I need to do. But I can do it on this side of the house, just because, well, actually, no, I can't, because I need more sprinkler heads, and then I can. But that's okay. I need to get more anyways, so I'll worry about that when it happens. So, but in the meantime, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Always like, comment, subscribe, share, ring that bell. I'm always here to provide you guys good content. In the meantime, this upcoming week, I'm going to probably order me another one, and then that way I can finish this. And then that way I could water in the pre-emergent that I want to as well. So, going to be doing that this week. Maybe getting a mow sesh just one more time, because it is still supposed to be like 80 degrees this week. Maybe hit another mow sesh, and then I think that's honestly it for me for mowing this year, guys, because we're right there, I'm telling you. But yeah, that's what I'm working with, guys. Can't think of anything else. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Can't thank you guys enough for the support, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
They're basic lawns where the green grass grows, East Texas skies, and a gentle breeze blows.
I was dial it in